What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Tran, coming back at ya with more oxygen not included. We just got Grossman. She's already on the move. What is she? She's disinfecting stuff. Fantastic. Don't get massive disease. Yeah, disease, that was a big complaint. This game had incredibly high ratings, and it still does, I'm pretty sure. But one thing that really peed people off was the fact that uh, disease came in, and it made things really hard. I think mostly because it just wasn't in the game before, so people didn't know really how to handle it yet. And it can be frustrating. I think the biggest piece of why it made it difficult was expanding towards the edge of the maps. There's always so much polluted oxygen, and it just makes it painful because it hinders you from expanding to the edge of the maps without your people getting crazy sick and then getting that's like the number one way. So when they get slime lug and they've been expanding towards the edge of the map, they get super stressed out and it's really painful. Yeah, because we do have some polluted oxygen here. I don't know what it's from though. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be from these polluted water. So let's, and I don't know if by having it in a contained area like this, does it still produce polluted oxygen? It might. But we are researching the deodorizer, so that'll be a big deal. So let's bump this up to 8, and maybe that'll just, maybe if it's like in a pool, it won't create polluted oxygen emanating off of it, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. But at least it's kind of a way. Right? Is this producing polluted oxygen? I'm not sure. I do know that polluted oxygen is heavier, so it should start to pool down in here. So we got insufficient oxygen generation. Is this max pressure? It is. So max pressure just means, so standard around an area, you can't have pretty much like, I think it's like 1800 grams is when you start to get to max pressure. So, oh wow. And as you can imagine, max pressure out of order requires emptying. I feel like this has to be a super high priority. Yeah, see, they get a ton of germs for using this terrible toilet. Yeah, there's is a huge part of me that just wants to mine this out right here and this just become our giant reservoir for clean water. I think that's what I'm going to do, and then this can just become our giant reservoir for dirty, polluted water, because I can just mine this out in the future. No, people are making messes. Let's go ahead. That's one thing is I don't like about this game is it doesn't seem like they prioritize higher quality food, which is a bummer. So these guys shouldn't be getting diarrhea. I mean, we have 20,000 calories of mush fry. So that's a bummer. So here you can actually see their stress levels. So higher the worst, and diarrhea is adding to that. But their immune systems are all good, so that's fantastic. This is our food right here. Another quick way of looking at it. So that's good. We're gonna turn this one off, and we're gonna just make lice loaf. To be honest, we're just gonna disable this building for now. I want him to start just working on other jobs. Oofed. So is this producing polluted oxygen? I don't know. I never knew if you needed to. oxygen. I never knew if you needed to. Okay, we're still researching. I never knew if you needed to maybe put an airlock in where your polluted oxygen or polluted water was. It might be the case. I'm not 100% sure though. I mean, it wouldn't be that big of a deal to put in one manual airlock right here if that is the case. But otherwise, you know, one deodorizer right here would do the same exact job. And that might be... Oh, that was the sound of research completing. Fantastic. So we're going to continue back here now that we've got deodorizers. And we're going to put one here. And we'll put one... I didn't want to put it directly on this spot because I'd like to put one more manual generator if necessary in the future. I guess, and polluted oxygen is heavy. Let's do it. Not that big of a deal from the manual generator perspective. I'm hoping we just find an ice biome sooner than later, and then it just won't be an issue. So what we're going to do here is create a ladder. And then we will continue just digging. I think I'm just going to dig a 2x2 for now. Because this is a big iron. Well, let's do 3. Not a big deal. Right now what we're doing is just dodging the air pockets that I can't necessarily deal with very effectively. But we're good on beds. Great. Definitely could use another bathroom. But now that we have polluted water, we could create our bathroom infrastructure. The question becomes, where do we want to put it? So this polluted water on top of this here is stopping the plants from growing. That's always something to be cognizant of. That's why I like the mesh versus not the mesh. I like the airflow versus the mesh, but we just didn't have access to that technology yet. Ah, perfect. But now we do. Boom. That'll be great here too because it'll just help us create some airflow. Oh, this is a new song. I've never heard this one before. And since that's polluted, we're gonna go like this. Try to create airflow like this away. Because there's polluted oxygen up here as well. So if I remember correctly, I thought polluted oxygen was heavier, but it looks like it's actually lighter. Or maybe it's coming off of here. So what we'll do is we will put a deodorizer. To nullify this. So just in case it is coming from here, it'll come down and it'll get deodorized by here. But even if it is heavier, hopefully it'll come this way and still get deodorized. How is our algae? Algae is one of those things that is super important as well. So we're actually out of algae. Wow. Okay. So let us start digging at an 8 priority for algae. Yeah, we are going to go ahead and go with the plan that we were talking about because there's algae here. We are going to mop at a 9 priority and get this polluted water out of our water supply. And there's a ton of algae over here as well. It's also very good to find a gas geyser early, water geyser. I mean, it creates a lot of heat, which is less than ideal, but so worth it because you have pretty much an infinite supply of, pretty much an infinite supply of water, which is great. Cool. So now we got our algae. We got these digging projects over this way. Why are you guys not digging? I'm so surprised. It's almost like suffocating. No. Oh my gosh. So this is where they do dumb stuff like this. So somehow they were able to climb up here, but now they're not able to jump down. So we need to put them in chaos mode or red alert mode. So that way they wake up, they will now fall. Yay! Now you guys won't suffocate. And then we'll turn off red alert mode. And now they'll go back up and they'll go get some oxygen. Because this place has tons of oxygen. This is great for them when they sleep. Can eat into this big time. Who's suffocating? What are you guys doing, Bress? Putins? I think I'm going to put one more oxygen creation unit here. We'll need power. And then we'll need also airflow. Once again, just to keep CO2, just to keep the CO2 going down, and then to keep CO2 going down and oxygen moving up. Perfection. Inevitably, I would like this to be down like this. So it pools in one area. Then we'll need to mine this out. So what I'm doing here is just creating a gradient so water will naturally flow down. The condensive properties, that's not the right term. Adhesive properties, basically water adhering to surfaces that is not itself, is very strong in this game. You see how it moves up there? So we need digger. Come on, digger. Someone who's athletic and good at digging. Let's go. All right. You my boy. Travaldo. Cool. All right. What's nice is the game progresses on as well. The people gain a lot of speed through athleticism because athleticism it levels just by moving. And that's huge. That's like a huge boon for your guys because they're able to move around quickly. So I've had people get up to like 26 athleticism, and they're like the human, like the Flash, dude, just zipping around, breaking the time-space continuum. Which I will never complain about, that's for sure. Cool. All right, so here we can, looks like, ooh, Grossman is sad. I think Grossman is sad just from being trapped and not having access to oxygen and being trapped. So it's all good. It should hopefully stabilize down for her. Oh, we were going to build another mess hall. And I think I'm going to still do that. So we need... So it needs to be a 5 high. I mean, inevitably we're going to need... What is this? Cultivatable soil. I mean, to be honest, inevitably we're going to need all of this. And it'll be good to be able to push our hydrogen up. And we need this algae anyways. Honestly, we need all of this. All right. Because this can be, what I'll probably do is have my hydrogen production move up into this area. So then oxygen kind of comes down to the bulk of the base. Because this is where they spend most of their time. How's CO2 levels looking? Looks like we have them under a pretty solid control. Looks like we could definitely, oh, and we could use more oxygen, but it's coming. We're going to set the priority of this job a little bit higher. What are you doing, Jean? It says she's researching, but it looks like she's just standing there. Hello, McFly. Okay, good. So I fixed her just by moving her. I'm glad I saw that option in the past. I've never had someone just stand there looking dumb. Hmm. Still looking for seeds for these. I was wondering if I could maybe find some of those plants hanging out somewhere, but it doesn't look like there's anything too close. So just gotta play the time factor. I wish you could put both of these on continuous, but the game's not smart enough to do that, which is a little bit unfortunate. Right now we're using a lot more water than we will towards the end game because we are, well, using terrariums, but then also having to use mush as a food source. So they do not like having wet feet, so we're going to just continue to mop everything. So it looks like all the air is pretty pure. These things aren't even sucking anything in at the moment, so that's good. We've got polluted oxygen controlled. And now it's the digging game. So let's go ahead and speed it up. Because now we're just at the point to where we just need to get jobs done. And we need more hands on deck. Gains, bruh. Gains. I wonder if they level up their athleticism faster by running on these treadmills. I would assume that it's just them physically moving. So like I would think like he's not gaining athleticism because he's washing his hands. But I think any movement at all. But I wouldn't be surprised if these little treadmills made your athleticism level up faster. That'd be cool if they did it like that. That'd be a sweet mechanic. Yeah, but we have like massive undertakings right now. Let's go ahead and just expand these up. I'm gonna have to try and figure out how we're going to just mine this because it's so high. I could just do some 1x1 ladders. I find like that's the most efficient way. But I could always create a second tier as well. So let's take a look at the things we just got that were new. Textile loom. So refined metals. Once again, ooh, good. We can actually do art. Before we do this, let's figure out who are actually good at art. Oh my gosh, they're all butt cheeks at art. Oh, this guy's not bad. Stinky's not bad either, too. Well, I mean, not great by any stretch of the imagination, but not super horrendous. Oh, that's cool. You can make an ice sculpture. That's new. So we were going to put a bed in here, so we'll just go with decor. We'll just go through paintings right now. Very cool. Mess hall even get some. Alright, people spend a lot of time here, so we'll get some decor going on. Cool. Alright, looking good. Well, even, ooh. This is a big undertaking. Not I just think about it, but for good reasons. Cool. All right, so we're getting a lot of access to algae, which is great. Very needed. Thankfully, a lot of algae still on the map. That's so we can produce oxygen. Food is looking good. We got 30,000 calories. Just trying to figure. We got 8 total people, so it's enough basically for 4 days. People are still cooking, so we're good. We're looking real good. Bunch of meal lice just came in. All right, all right. How we doing on seeds? Yeah, they're doing it, man. We're getting it. Yeah, as soon as the mealwood seeds, as soon as we get them, we pop them in. This is really good. I feel like they reduced the amounts. Oh, I think maybe there's always 33% chance. Maybe I'm just getting unlucky with the rolls. So I always felt like I was able to get my. I always felt like I was able to get my seeds much more quickly, so that way I could create food infrastructure a lot more quickly. But it doesn't seem like the case this time around. Ah, the temperature is slowly increasing, which is unfortunate. Natural byproduct of just having power generation in buildings, and I don't know if the actual human beings create heat. It would make sense that they would, but they might not have made it that high tech yet. Why haven't you guys mined over here though? That's the one thing that's like strange to me. Let's just go ahead and just create floors all the way over, I guess. Maybe this will make it so that they're less dopey. I don't know. But this will really help with decorum, which should help decrease their stress, which you can see it's already going down, which is fantastic. We're still in the process of just getting all the different major resources that we need. And algae we're sitting pretty on. Food we're great on. Yeah, everything's looking good. We are using a lot of water to produce, but I guess we could have looked at meal lice. Got a K. I was looking at if there was something that would make these things grow faster. Sometimes they have special things where it's like, okay, if you gave these I'd seen in a previous build that you could pump polluted water to them and it would make them grow faster, but I don't think that's the case. I think they took that out. I wonder if it made it too OP from a food production standpoint. Because what does this need? 86. So thankfully we're still sitting pretty from a temperature perspective for how long we can keep this going. Because what we'll probably end up doing is continue mining this out here and then continue food production all along here. Oh, this is great. So this is really great. This is what we need to make those exosuits. Because we need these fibers. So it's nice that it's so close. Still sitting good on refrigerator space. Power's looking good. Looks like we need research though. Cool. Oh, I wonder if you could use. All right, we're going to research this not because it's probably the best thing to research, but mostly because I want to just understand what it is. Like, what do we need to build them? Because if it's, oh, you probably need plastics, and plastics are kind of hard to come by. I bet you do need plastics. Hey, we're going to research it because this is part of the learning experience. We need the rest of this stuff inevitably, but this will be interesting to know. And with that, guys, we're going to leave the video here. Next video, we're going to have transit tubes. We're going to see what we need to create them, which I'm assuming is plastics. And if that's the case, then we got to go and find an ice biome, and then we need to just dig really far into the Earth's core and find petroleum would be objective number 2. All right, guys, this has been Tiger Tran, and I'll see you guys next time.